Hey guys, it sounds like some of you are having a little bit of trouble figuring out how to answer the questions for social studies and be able to go back and look at the newspaper to look up your answers. I know not everybody has the option to print the newspaper so that you can look back at it. So I'm going to show you real quick one way that you can do that, okay? So I'm going to go into my classwork and I'm going to scroll down until I find the newspaper. So there's my newspaper. There's my file for my newspaper. I'm going to open that up. And hopefully you've gone through and read and done some highlighting. Next week, that'll be a little bit easier because I'll be able to share with you how to highlight it. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to this plus sign and I'm going to click that. It's going to open up a new tab. When I open that new tab, I'm going to click on Google Classroom. And if you don't have it pinned up there, you click on this little waffle and it'll bring you to the classroom. Now, you're going to be looking at Cassidy's screen because I'm using her account right now so that I can show you. So obviously, you only have one Google Classroom. She has many. But I'm going to go ahead and open up the Google Classroom there. And once I open that up, I can go back into classwork and scroll to find the questions for the social studies weekly. So there's that. And I'm going to scroll down and open up those questions. Okay. Now, obviously, this is really small, so it's really hard to see what you're doing. So I would recommend that you come over here and click on View and zoom it up even to 200%. Okay. So now I can see nice and big all the questions. So Geronimo was the most famous Apache because he escaped captivity time and time again and fought longer than any other warrior. So I'm going to go back over here to this tab where I know my newspaper is, and I'm going to scroll through my newspaper and look for information about Geronimo. Here I see Geronimo. I can zoom in on the newspaper so that I can read that. Okay, and I see my information about Geronimo. He escaped captivity again and again. So now I can go back up here to my assignment and I can click. And once you click, you'll see that text box appear and I can put in either my true or my false, whichever one I want to answer. Okay, when you come down to the multiple choice questions, you should be able to click. And some of these text boxes didn't quite work out exactly the way they should have, but you should be able to click and put an X over the letter that you want to choose. So if you're having a hard time with that, you might need to move your text box around. If I move my text box around, then I can click in the correct spot and put an X. So it looks like it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to. So I might have to adjust that, but you can always change the size of the text box and put it where you want it so that the X goes where you want it. Okay. And then when you scroll down to your fill in the blank, you can click and you get a text box and you can type your answer there. Okay. So hopefully that helps. Keep in mind, none of this is going to be perfect. It's not going to all work out exactly the way we want it to. There's a lot of trial and error here. We're all learning this together, okay? Don't forget when you are done with your assignment that you want to click share and share it with me so that it will get turned in. So once again, you can go back and forth from your questions and back to the newspaper so that you can look it up. So when you go through next week and you're highlighting all of the information you want to highlight, hopefully you'll save that on your device and be able to refer back to it so that you can go and answer your questions. Hopefully that helped. And again, keep those questions coming if you have them, okay? Thanks.